The Young and the Restless, Secrets Unveiled, Clare's True Parentage and a Family Torn Apart. Port Charles has never been a stranger to drama, but the latest revelation is poised to unravel everything we thought we knew about the Newmans, the Abbotts, and the tangled web of secrets they have desperately tried to bury. It all begins when Nikki Newman stumbles upon a truth so shocking that it threatens to shatter the lives of everyone involved. Clare, the young woman whom many believed was the child of Victoria Newman and her husband Cole, is not their daughter at all. This twist of fate not only sends ripples through the Newman family but also leaves Clare facing a devastating truth about her past that she never expected. The revelation of Clare's true parentage is a bombshell that no one saw coming. For years, Cole and Victoria have been the unsuspecting parents of Clare, but the truth is far more complicated. When Nikki uncovers the truth, her world is turned upside down. The stakes are high, and the truth could change everything for Clare, her family, and their legacy. Nikki's determination to find the truth about Clare's biological father becomes her new obsession. As she digs deeper into Clare's past, she starts asking difficult questions. Who is Clare's real father? And why has this been hidden for so long? Nikki, never one to back down from a challenge, is prepared to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. As the drama unfolds, Nikki becomes convinced that this hidden truth could tear the Newman family apart if it gets out. Victoria Newman, shaken by the truth, is left to deal with the fallout. She always believed Clare was her daughter, and now, with this earth-shattering revelation, she faces the possibility that everything she thought she knew about her family was a lie. The once strong bond between mother and daughter begins to unravel as Clare finds herself caught in the middle of a family war, unsure of where she fits in. The stakes escalate when Clare confronts Jordan, a person who has been at the center of many of the Newmans' problems in recent months. The confrontation is tense, and emotions run high. Clare demands answers from Jordan, but what she doesn't expect is the cold, calculated response she receives. As Jordan pushes back, it becomes clear that this battle is only just beginning. Clare, who once thought of Jordan as a confidant, now finds herself questioning everything she thought she knew about those closest to her. However, things take a much darker turn when Ian Ward, a criminal mastermind, kidnaps both Victoria and Clare. The twist is enough to send shockwaves through the community, as Ian's actions threaten not just the Newmans, but everyone involved. Ian's long-standing vendetta against the Newman family has never been more dangerous, and now he holds Victoria and Clare hostage, forcing them to make life-altering decisions. While Clare and Victoria are held captive, Cole's whereabouts become increasingly uncertain. The family anxiously awaits any news, especially as Victor Newman voices his strong disapproval of the relationship between Cole and Clare. The animosity between Victor and Cole has always been palpable, but now it reaches a boiling point. Victor is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his family, even if it means separating Clare and Cole forever. The sudden disappearance of Cole sends the family into a tailspin. As time passes, they are forced to face the possibility that something more sinister may have happened to him. Just when things seem at their worst, Cole returns, but not as the man they once knew. His return is marked by a concerning new illness that threatens to change everything. At a family dinner with Victoria and Clare, Cole's condition becomes evident. He is coughing violently, his health deteriorating before their eyes. While Cole brushes it off as nothing more than a simple cold, the others cannot ignore the possibility that his symptoms point to something far more serious. Could this sudden illness be the result of a natural affliction, or is there a more dangerous, hidden agenda at play? As the family rallies around Cole, they begin to suspect that Ian may be involved in more ways than they could have imagined. Could the same man who has caused so much chaos in their lives now be responsible for Cole's deteriorating health? Could he have poisoned Cole, or worse, have orchestrated his illness as part of a larger plot to destroy the Newman family from the inside out? The tension builds as the family struggles to cope with these new revelations. Victoria and Clare, already dealing with the trauma of their kidnapping, must now face the truth about Cole's health. Their once perfect world is beginning to fall apart. As Clare grapples with the realization that the man she called her father may not be her biological parent, she is forced to confront a harsh new reality. The truth may have set her free, but it has also left her vulnerable and uncertain about her place in the world. For Nikki, the truth about Clare's parentage is more than just a family secret, it's a symbol of everything that has gone wrong in the Newman family. As she continues her search for Clare's real father, Nikki begins to understand that some secrets are never meant to be uncovered. But it's too late to turn back now, the damage is done, and the Newman family will never be the same again. The drama is far from over, and the stakes have never been higher. With Cole's mysterious illness, the truth about Clare's parentage, and Ian's nefarious plans, the Newman family is about to face their greatest challenge yet. As secrets unravel and alliances shift, the only thing that's certain is that no one will come out of this unscathed. In the coming weeks, viewers will witness the full extent of the drama that unfolds when family, love, and loyalty are put to the test. The Newmans, once united, are now fractured and vulnerable, and only time will tell if they can survive the shocking truths that have come to light. The Young and the Restless. Love, secrets, and the threat of Ian's revenge in the dramatic world of The Young and the Restless, the Newmans have always been a central focus of power, intrigue, and family dynamics. Among the tangled relationships, one storyline stands out with an unsettling air of suspense, the relationship between Victoria Newman and Cole, and the looming danger of Ian Ward, a criminal mastermind whose vendetta against the Newman family might just claim another victim. The quiet peace that Victoria and Cole have fought for in their relationship is about to be shattered. For a while now, Victoria has enjoyed a semblance of happiness with Cole, a stark contrast to the tumultuous relationships of her past. This tranquil partnership, however, has lacked the intensity that Victoria is accustomed to, the kind of drama-filled, high-stakes love affairs she had with past partners. To some viewers, the relationship between Victoria and Cole has felt almost lackluster, lacking the dramatic charge that Victoria's previous relationships had delivered. But what if the lack of excitement is the calm before a devastating storm? Victoria's transformation into a more vulnerable, open individual has been one of the most intriguing character arcs in recent months. She has recently shed her Ice Queen persona, a facade she has carefully built over the years, choosing instead to embrace a more compassionate side. Her relationship with Cole, while stable, has been marked by this new vulnerability, one that has allowed her to grow emotionally and face the challenges of her family's tumultuous legacy. But as much as Victoria has changed, is she truly ready to face the ultimate test, the possibility of losing Cole forever? The tension surrounding Cole's health crisis is thickening with every passing moment. As Cole's illness worsens, the question on everyone's mind is whether Cole can survive the attacks that have been set in motion, especially with Ian Ward's shadow hanging over him. The rise of Ian Ward in The Young and the Restless has brought a fresh layer of chaos, and his motives are as mysterious as ever. Is Ian the one behind Cole's sudden and troubling health issues? Could this illness be the result of Ian's direct interference, a part of his scheme to bring down the Newman family once and for all? Or is it simply a natural affliction, a tragic twist of fate? From a narrative perspective, it's clear that Ian's involvement cannot be ruled out. As we watch Cole suffer through increasingly severe symptoms, from violent coughing fits to a general sense of weakening, it becomes increasingly plausible that Ian is pulling the strings behind the scenes. Ian has always been a master of manipulation, and his desire to destroy the Newmans runs deep. His vendetta against the family has been years in the making, and it's only a matter of time before he strikes a devastating blow. If Cole's condition is indeed a result of Ian's machinations, this could be the beginning of an even darker chapter for the Newman family. For Victoria, the emotional toll of Cole's illness is impossible to ignore. She has already been through so much with her family, and now, her greatest fear is coming to life, the possibility of losing the man she loves. But Victoria's reaction to this crisis is layered. There's a part of her that is deeply scared, not just for Cole's well-being but also for herself. If Cole does not survive, Victoria could find herself retreating back into the cold, distant shell she once wore. Her vulnerability, the very quality that has allowed her to open up and build a future with Cole, would be at risk of crumbling. The loss of Cole would force her to confront a version of herself she fought so hard to leave behind, the isolated, guarded woman she was before. It's in these moments of crisis that the true depth of Victoria's transformation is tested. Will she remain the empathetic, open-hearted woman she has become, or will the darkness of her past consume her once again? If Cole dies, there is a real possibility that Victoria could revert to her old ways, isolating herself from those around her and retreating into the ice-cold fortress she once called home. The pain of losing Cole, compounded by the uncertainty surrounding his illness, could bring her back to that place of emotional numbness, where love and connection were once impossible for her to feel. But the drama does not end there. The looming threat of Ian's interference is ever present, and the story surrounding Cole's illness could very well be a part of Ian's larger scheme to tear apart the Newman family. If Cole dies, Ian's victory will be complete, and Victoria will be left to pick up the pieces of her shattered life. The fallout would be catastrophic, not just for Victoria, but for the entire Newman family. Victor, Nikki, and the rest of the family would be forced to confront the reality of their enemy's reach and the devastating consequences of underestimating Ian's resolve. As the illness progresses, tensions rise, and viewers are left wondering whether Cole will pull through or if this marks the beginning of the end for him. Will he succumb to whatever illness Ian may have orchestrated, or is there a twist in store that will bring about his unexpected recovery? The fate of Cole's health will have far-reaching consequences, both for him and for Victoria. If Cole does survive, the implications for their relationship could be profound. Could this near-death experience ignite a deeper, more passionate bond between them, one built on shared survival and newfound appreciation for life's fragility? On the other hand, if Cole succumbs to his illness, Victoria will have to face the reality of moving on without him. The personal growth she has achieved over the years will be put to the ultimate test. Will she fall back into her old patterns of emotional detachment, or will she rise above her grief and find a way to move forward? The consequences of Cole's potential death could be far-reaching, not just for Victoria but for the entire Newman family. The possibility that Ian is behind Cole's suffering is a chilling thought. Ian's return to the young and the restless has introduced a new level of unpredictability, and if he is responsible for Cole's health crisis, this could very well be the beginning of a larger, more dangerous plot to destroy the Newman family. The emotional and physical toll that Ian has taken on the Newmans over the years has been substantial, and now, with Cole's life hanging in the balance, his reach could prove to be more dangerous than ever. As the story unfolds, fans will be left on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the outcome of Cole's health crisis. Will he survive the illness that threatens to tear him away from Victoria, or is Ian's machination destined to claim another victim in his vendetta against the Newman family? Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear, the stakes have never been higher, and the future of the Newman family may never be the same again. The Young and the Restless. The final days of Cole and the aftermath of loss in the world of the Young and the Restless. No family has been through as much emotional turmoil as the Newmans. While their stories often revolve around power struggles, love, and betrayals, the latest drama unfolding within the family hits closer to home. Cole, a central figure in the Newman family, is battling a life-threatening illness that has left his loved ones in a state of fear and uncertainty. The question that hangs in the air is whether Cole will survive or if his illness will claim his life, and with it, alter the course of the Newman family forever. Cole's struggle, a battle against the unknown. From the moment Cole first fell ill, it was clear that his condition was severe. What initially appeared to be a common illness quickly spiraled into something much worse, leaving his doctors puzzled and his family in turmoil. The intensity of Cole's symptoms: violent coughing, a steadily declining health condition, and an overall sense of exhaustion, has led many to believe that something far more sinister is at play. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, Cole's condition continues to worsen, with little hope for recovery. For Victoria, the pain of watching the man she loves deteriorate before her eyes is unbearable. In the past, she has always been able to face challenges with a composed and calculated demeanor, but this time, the stakes are personal. Cole's illness is a stark reminder of how fragile life is, and Victoria is left grappling with the looming possibility that she may lose him. As the days go by, the medical team continues to run tests, but the results remain grim. The prognosis for Cole becomes increasingly bleak, and there is a growing sense that his time may be running out. In the midst of this turmoil, Cole remains determined to push through, clinging to the hope that his illness is just a temporary setback. But as the doctors deliver their updates, it becomes evident that this is no ordinary illness. The possibility of death looms large, and Cole's family is left to confront the harsh reality that they may soon have to say goodbye. The impact of Cole's illness on his family. If Cole's condition does indeed prove to be fatal, the ramifications will be profound, particularly for his daughter, Clare, and his partner, Victoria. The Newman family is no stranger to hardship, but the loss of Cole would represent a devastating blow to everyone involved. Clare, who has grown close to Cole over the years, will be left to pick up the pieces of her broken family. The possibility of losing her father figure will be a traumatic experience that will shape her for years to come. For a young woman who has struggled with her identity and sense of belonging, the loss of Cole would add to the emotional weight she already carries. Victoria, too, faces an uncertain future. For years, she has struggled with balancing her personal desires and her responsibilities to her family, but Cole represented a rare source of stability and happiness in her life. If he were to pass away, Victoria would have to confront the pain of losing someone she deeply loved, while also grappling with the emotional fallout of returning to a life she thought she had left behind. The loss of Cole would mark a turning point for Victoria, pushing her to confront her own vulnerabilities and forcing her to decide how to move forward without the man who had become an essential part of her life. The ripple effects of Cole's potential death would extend beyond his immediate family. Victor and Nikki Newman, always protective of their children, would have to contend with the loss of someone who had become part of their extended family. Victor, known for his tough exterior, would undoubtedly struggle with the helplessness of not being able to prevent Cole's death, while Nikki would offer emotional support to Victoria and Clare, despite her own fears for their future. The uncertainty of Cole's diagnosis. As the days pass, the medical team struggles to come up with a clear diagnosis for Cole's condition. The lack of answers is both frustrating and terrifying for those closest to him. The doctors have ruled out a variety of illnesses, but the exact cause of Cole's symptoms remains a mystery. Some suspect that Ian Ward, a longtime enemy of the Newman family, may be behind the illness, using it as part of his ongoing vendetta against them. Ian has always been a master of manipulation, and his willingness to go to extreme lengths to hurt the Newmans is well known. Could Ian have somehow engineered Cole's illness, or is there another explanation altogether? As the medical team runs more tests, they are faced with even more questions than answers. Each update from the doctors seems to bring more bad news, and the once promising hope for a quick recovery fades further away. The family is left to wonder if there is anything that can be done to save Cole, or if they are simply waiting for the inevitable. In this dark moment, Victoria and Clare find themselves leaning on each other for support. The emotional toll of watching Cole's decline has brought them closer, but it has also forced them to confront their own fears. Victoria, once known for her icy demeanor, has allowed herself to become vulnerable with those she loves, but the prospect of losing Cole could cause her to retreat back into the emotionally distant persona she once wore. Clare, meanwhile, finds herself struggling to understand the fragility of life, grappling with the fact that her world may soon be turned upside down by the loss of the man she considered her father. The possibility of a final goodbye. As the days go by, the reality of Cole's condition sets in. The doctors deliver their most sobering prognosis yet, warning that unless something drastic changes, Cole may not survive. His family is left to consider the unthinkable: what happens if Cole doesn't make it? The pain of this possibility is almost too much to bear. For Victoria, it means facing the loss of a man who had become the center of her emotional life. For Clare, it means losing the father figure who had been there for her through some of her most difficult moments. The impending loss of Cole raises another question: how will the Newman family cope with the fallout? For years, the Newmans have been a family defined by power, wealth, and influence. But in the face of Cole's potential death, they are faced with a far more human dilemma: how to deal with grief, loss, and the pain of saying goodbye.